exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
Well, how the hell y'all doing? Shit. There's the volume button. Hey, guess what? It's freaking Tuesday, baby. It's Tuesday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. And I'm damn sure glad y'all are here. JT Lives was the first one to jump in, followed by my sweetheart, Irene Lambert. Darling, I just love you. Dorothy Tyndall. Gallagher is here. Penny Hartleman. Dan Hack. Gallagher is here. And thank goodness. Nancy Halverson, Christina Sanchez, Trudy Baxter, Victoria P82, baby. Thank you very much. Roger Himmelwright. Gonna get it right, Roger. Nancy Stevens is here. Jamie B. Gordon Marble. I appreciate it. Bunny Young, thank you. Ann Jacobs. Carl Vogel. Christine Sanchez is in there again. And she's right. It is showtime, baby. Vicky Fell is here. Let me grab that. Sharon Betridge. Let me get on down here. And Nancy Wright, Mark, our Blue Dot greeter in there. Thank you for everything you do. He hits it all. Damn, Ted already? Hold on, brother. Anyway, it is Tuesday. So, what's in the news? Are you shitting me? Well, the big news is today, the big airplane, baby. The airplane that Qatar is gifting to Donnie to use as Air Force One. We've already discussed that stupidity. But man, it's the grifter in chief, baby. But yeah, he's over in Qatar and gonna go to Saudi Arabia, I think, if he ain't already there. He's making the rounds over there where the money tree is, baby. He's shaking it. While he just he's continuing to screw everything up. Oh, what did he do today? He lifted sanctions on Syria. At the same time, lifting protective status for the Afghans that fought next to us. Yeah, that's a good deal, baby. Shit, I guess they're not paying him enough. Anyway, the day is full of shit. And but the big news is that the deal on the jet, and even Republicans, I think it's a distraction. Is he going to take it? Probably, because he's a grifter. He wants it. And but even Republicans are standing up, going, "Hey, this is a bridge too far." You reckon now is a bridge too far? Not the meme coins, not all the bullshit that he's been doing. Now it's the jet. Oh, because it's a tangible object. We can see that. And it's really big, so it's hard to miss. But yeah, every day is a new shit show. And yeah, we're invited along for the ride, baby. And it's getting a little bit bumpy. Hello, Mr. Chick.
I didn't get my invite for that big plane.
You didn't?
No. Did you get one?
I'm sure I did. I just probably missed it in the mail,
Okay.
Probably did. We probably all got one,
Oh, sure. We all did. Yeah.
We all did.
A spare $50,000 for some kind of lottery. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'd get a ride on the
pay
plane.
the piper.
Everything else is for sale. What the hell?
Hell, he sold out the country, baby.
He did.
This trip to Qatar and Saudi Arabia and whatnot, used to be a president would visit our allies, to show unity, to show strength. Great Britain, France, to make that image that we're all in this together. Hell, he could have gone to Ukraine. He could have gone to Ukraine if he had any balls at all, and met with the Ukrainian president and show unity and strength there. We're behind you. All the. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Right.
But he goes where the money is, baby. The money and the power. And the power's in Russia, and the money's in the Middle East.
And I did watch a little clip of it on PBS this evening while I was eating dinner. Shows him doing his salute, which made me want to slap him. But but the crown prince that he sat down next to, the guy with all the smiles that slightly resembles J.D. Vance a little bit, is that the man who also killed the reporter?
Yeah, that's the guy.
Oh, okay.
No problem. That's in the past. We don't want to be bringing up past problems. It's
I was
all
just curious.
done and
I'm not
forgotten.
giving names.
Yeah. I have too. A lot has happened since then.
A lot has happened, and again, sparkly bullshit. Even though it's a big sparkly, a big gold plane is pretty sparkly. I want to go elsewhere again tonight before everybody comes in and talks about the sparklies.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I believe it. He's making it very public because it's a distraction from some shit he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got to remember that the fight we're fighting right now, and I don't mean that in terms of fisticuffs. I mean that in terms of the laws and norms that we're used to, and the Constitution.
Oh, that thing.
But there's various ways where they've been coming at us for a long time, but I think it creeps in. We don't necessarily even notice it for what it is. And I subscribe to Kay Starling at We the People Dissent.
We the People
Substack.
Dissent.
Yes, and K. Starling, it's an initial, does some very nice stuff here. And she brought up the alarm legacy media has not yet rung. Yeah. And that has to do with it has to do with propaganda and how it's creeping in, and specifically what's creeping in. So she pointed out that she was listening to something on her earbuds while she was waiting in line somewhere, and it was her music station that she listens to, and an ad came on. An ad came on with Kristi Noem, and it goes on to talk about the rapists and the aliens and this and that, and it talked about the registry. We now have a registry that you can sign up for. So it is laced with images and words like aliens, register, rapists, murderers, things like that.
Yeah.
And she's lauding a new app. It's an app you can get on your phone for illegal aliens or anyone that they deem is going to get a knock on the door by ICE, pretty much. Anybody who feels like they might be threatened. It promises self-deportation, an easily new way to self-deport, and $1,000 stipend. And it also claims that to deprioritize those that register, and sort of insinuating that you won't get the knock on the door from ICE, right? Wrong.
Yeah, just go ahead and self-deport, and we won't have to come throw you out of your house. Throw
And
you
then
in
it
prison in
also
Louisiana, and then deport your ass.
And then it also further pushes the propaganda, here we go again with that word, of 70% savings to U.S. taxpayers. Now, this whole commercial, it's not aimed at these people that want to register or may not want to register on this app. The way the wording's coming at them, the fear, it's aimed at anybody else watching that to agree with them that this is a good thing. That's the propaganda that keeps creeping in. And they're buying these ads all over. I mean, you can get them on YouTube. You can get them on your streaming services. You get them on regular TV, the radio. I mean, they're everywhere. So I just want to, have you guys kind of notice.
While he's, at the same time, he's granting he is accepting a bunch of white South African refugees. He's accepting refugees from South Africa. They're all white. Go figure. Yeah. I think that just makes a statement in itself. While we turn our back on everybody else, he's going to make a big show of that. That just, to me, it just...
And again, this registry, now we'll get back to that part.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Got distracted. Shiny object.
Because, obviously the audience for it isn't necessarily for the people registering. It's assuring all of the other people in the world or in the United States that we're going to register these people, and we're going to deport them. They'll self-deport. They'll go away. And here's why: because they're murderers and rapists and blah blah blah.
They're yeah.
Right. So Kay Starling wants to point out that registries rarely, if ever, end well. Regimes across the ages have created registries. Hitler did. The U.S. did during World War II before it imprisoned 120,000 Japanese Americans. Mm. Even the Kremlin has a list of undesirable organizations. Ooh. Though we have been taught about the atrocities from the registration of Jewish community under the Third Reich, the story of a second registry is less known, the Children with Disabilities list. Midwives were paid a fee to report children suspected of having showed signs of severe mental or physical disabilities. Parents were then encouraged to entrust their children to state-sponsored facilities. The program was later expanded to welcome adults. They called what happened mercy deaths. We call it murder.
Yeah.
And conservatively, 10,000 children died, and the adults, 60,000. As I said, registries rarely end well. Given the rhetoric, believing this list will be weaponized is not an unrealistic fear. Then there's the audience. On the surface, the ad is intended to threaten immigrants living in the U.S. without documentation, to urge them to self-deport. However, they are not its true target. Citizens are. Why else would the ad blow its own horn using words like rapist and rolling footage of mugshots? Why else would it tout 100,000 arrested? Why else would the website brag about self-deportation costing American taxpayers 70% less? And why else would Nome promise on English-speaking radio, not Spanish, on English-speaking radio, that under President Trump, America's laws, borders, and families would be protected? The ad that played that afternoon in a blue county and later rolled before a sitcom was not intended to urge people to self-deport. It was intended to justify our silence. It is propaganda.
Boy,
yeah. And I can go on a little bit more if you want me to.
Well, go ahead.
As the Holocaust Encyclopedia reads, the Holocaust was not a single event. It did not happen all at once. It was the result of circumstances and events, as well as individual decisions, played out over years. Key political, moral, and psychological lines were crossed until the Nazi leadership eventually set in motion the unimaginable, a concrete, systematic plan to annihilate all of Europe's Jews. The Holocaust was not a single event. It was a movement. Generations were taught to nurture hate, permitting their consciences to be absolved. Hitler understood what the wizard in Wicked espoused. The best way to bring folks together is to give them a real good enemy.
That's it.
A popular notion in Washington, I'd wager, though not one I would voice publicly. Well, okay, I just did it.
Well, it's the truth, and that I phrase it in the way that Trump does one thing. He sells hate. Mm-hmm. That's what motivated Germany through the 1930s to do what they did, hate. And he's selling the same shit. It's packaged up a little bit different. Put another different color ribbon on it.
Yeah,
but it's
different,
the same
different
shit.
wrapping, but it's still the same shit.
It's still the
Open it up and there's the turd.
There it is. There it is. And during that time, I'm sure plenty of good Germans listen to that propaganda and let that hate feed upon them.
Yep. And you hear it over and over and over every day. You don't really notice what's happening, and then all of a sudden you're agreeing with it or whatever.
Yeah.
Or thinking it's not all that bad. That's, there's that part too, the ignoring it. Like, oh, you know what, people?
We can't afford to stick our head in the sand. We can't ignore this.
Write to your streaming services. Write or call or however you want to contact your music industry. If you're on Spotify or, anything like that. Because they all play commercials if you don't pay for them not to play commercials.
Right. Yeah.
And TV and whatever, and tell them that you do not like these ads. Tell them exactly why you don't like these ads. It might put you on a list, I'll warn you, but,
hey.
There's no gain.
I'm proud to be on the list, baby. I'm proud to be on the list. Hey, let me send out a couple of thank yous to Victoria LP82. Came in with a $2 donation and said, Did you see Hassan Piker got detained from coming into the U.S.? Oh, Lord, I'm going to have to admit, that name does not ring a bell. It's not ringing a bell with me.
I think is that a journalist? I did see it, and I can't remember the story.
Victoria, I apologize, darling. I don't. Hey, wait a minute. No. Thought I had Wikipedia up over there, but I don't. Anyway, let me thank Lincoln, who came in with $5. Yeah, here you go. Accept white South African refugees from a land at war, but tell Palestinians to get the fuck out of their land. That is why my blood boils. Indeed, baby. Yeah. That's. There's no. Pisses you off. That's why I'm drinking a margarita tonight. Shit. And I am. It's been one of those days. Anyway, let's see what Ben's got to say. He's got his hand up down there. Ben always brings a little something to the conversation. Hello, Ben.
How's it going, John?
It's been a day, baby. It's been a day.
So earlier today in main discussion, I posted a screenshot from Flight Radar of that plane taking off from Qatar, headed home.
Headed home.
Yeah, the one that they gave him the gift, the 747.
It's on its way here.
Yep. And you know what's ironic about this? This is coming from a country.
Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty of
Hamas.
Yes, they have a lot of questionable associations, let's call them, and yeah. And that's the first place he went, baby. They put up. Hey, they gave him an airplane, man. Did you see the airplane? Well, how could he turn that down? And what did he say? It would be stupid to turn it down. Yeah.
And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that plane is bugged.
Oh, I have no doubt. You might as well. But what difference does it make? I am sure he's running his. Yeah. I'm sure he is. Security is not his prime concern. Yep. He will toss out any damn thing he thinks that'll impress somebody or get him some favor or some shit. He has. So yeah. I just naturally assume that every secret that we have is just gone. Mm-hmm.
But now here's something interesting. Did you know that there is a betting pool going on right now in Las Vegas to whether or not if Trump is going to be the one to put America as the 148th country that joins the other 147 countries that have already signed on for the two-state solution to stab Israel in the back?
No, I didn't get
well,
that.
it does not
grift.
surprise me. They vote on or bet on everything in Vegas.
Oh, I'm sure there's odds on a two-state solution in Vegas. Probably sure. They, like I said, they bet on everything. I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet the farm on it, baby. There is no two-state solution. We've covered that
Most of
shit.
those
It's all a fluff. It's
betting
all a
things
dog
are
and
rigged
pony show.
anyway.
Yeah, it's all a grift, is what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Israel has already claimed so much of that territory. They've got settlements all over the place, and restrict Palestinians' movement in the West Bank. So it kind of flies in the face of all the humanity that there's, and look at Gaza,
Yep.
while we're letting genocide happen, and that's exactly what it is. How could you call it anything else?
And it's exactly why the World Criminal Court has a arrest warrant for Bibi for all the genocide committed in Gaza.
Yeah, he's not done with that yet, though.
Nope.
Well, let me see here. In keeping with our tradition of inviting people in that I don't recognize, Tristan, if you want to come up. In the meantime, let me call out Dan Hack. Dan Hack came in with $2 and said, "F you, YouTube. They won't let me say what I want." Well, that's why you have an interpreter such as I. Fuck you, YouTube. They won't let me say what I want. See, it's translation.
You gotta
comes
get creative,
along.
Dan. Get
Yeah,
creative with
gotta
the
get creative,
letters
that's
and
it.
numbers and stuff.
Yeah. The message comes through loud and clear.
I do have two good things to share.
Oh, we need good things. We do need good
Well,
things.
it might even be more. Actually, three good things.
All right.
Did you know, these are my did you knows. Did you know that a group of Quakers, now mind you, it's not a real big group, but maybe some people will follow them, are marching more than 300 miles from New York City to Washington to demonstrate against the regime's crackdown on immigrants?
Outstanding.
They're walking.
They're walking.
Yep, they're walking. Lovely
Boy,
people.
howdy. Good.
And
Good.
did
Proud
you
of 'em.
know?
Did I know? No, I did not know. What?
Did you know J.D. Vance's brother was running for mayor of Cincinnati and was endorsed by J.D. and he lost hugely?
Oh, pray tell, he lost? Even
Yeah.
with the support of his brother, the vice president of the United States of America,
Yep.
and he got beat.
F-Tab Purvel, maybe, I don't know how to pronounce the name, who was the Democratic incumbent, won by 81%.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. And
Boy,
one more.
And one more.
This is in the Florida Man group. Did
Yeah.
you know Orlando City Commissioner Tony Ortiz has
Tony
switched
Ortiz?
his party affiliation from Republican to Democrat?
Yes, I did hear that.
Did
I
you?
did
He's
hear
a
that.
retired police officer and U.S. Marine vet and has served on the city commission for 17 years. And, quote him, "The Republican Party is not the Republican Party I signed up with."
It's not a Republican Party anybody signed up for. It was hijacked, taken over by a gang of thieves, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a den of thieves over there. Boy, howdy shit.
But those are just little high notes of, maybe there's still hope.
So, John, you want to hear something ironic about this whole India-Pakistan thing?
What?
You know that India is a member of BRICS along with China, right?
They what?
That India and China are both members of BRICS, the BRICS nations.
Oh, yes.
But what's ironic about this is China is helping Pakistan attack India.
Go figure. Go figure. A little backstabbing going on. Is that what you're insinuating there?
Yeah.
Yeah. World politics, baby. That's the way it does. Anyway. Yeah. Hello, Dangerous.
Howdy, aloha.
Hey, before we get started, before you jump in here, I wanted to give a big shout out tonight to Miss Pauline Hall, the lady who sends my cat food every damn month, and along with her mama, Miss Lois, They have been in the process of a living hell for the last 2 weeks. They are moving across country. Not only Pauline and Robert, but also her brother and her mother, Miss Lois, and today was the final day, and she has been put through the ringer. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to both of them, and tomorrow's the big move, so all that shit's over. But don't worry, just think when you get to the other end, you get to unpack it all anyway. So much for that, huh? Anyway, baby, I love you. Miss Lois, take care of yourself. I'm glad you're there, baby. Anyway, Dangerous. What the hell's going on, man? What?
You know that never happens, though, because you always end up living out of boxes for a few months. I mean, you don't move into a house and just automatically.
Oh, no. She's got misery coming the other end, but at least there's no time limit. No, you're not under the clock, so relax, enjoy the.
Well, that's a good thing. Anyway, I don't know. It's so much to talk about. But I heard you talking about Israel a moment ago. And, I celebrate my birthday tomorrow.
That's right. Tomorrow is your birthday. Well,
yeah,
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dangerous. Happy birthday to you. There you go.
Yeah, well,
covered that shit for tomorrow.
Tomorrow's my 50th anniversary, my 15th birthday. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way I like to show it.
But
I don't have birthdays. I have anniversaries of my 21st birthday. I remember that.
Right. I remember when I first met you, when I first heard you on the air, I think I'd heard you a couple weeks, and you were finally saying, you go, "Oh, today's the 50th anniversary of my 21st birthday." And I go, "Oh, go. Wow." I thought that was very creative, and I've used it ever since.
Yeah, it's better than saying
I steal ideas.
I'm old, and I feel it sometimes. But today I went to the park with my kids, and I was sitting behind the fence there watching them try to shoot some hoops. And after a few minutes of embarrassment, I finally had to get out there and show them how to do it. And I did. Not on the first shot, but on the second one. Nailed it, baby. Nailed it.
You're out there sinking shots
That's it, baby. Yeah.
Sweet, baby.
Can't say what that did to my shoulder, but it's
yeah,
all right.
Tomorrow you'll feel it.
That's all right. I had a good time. I had a good time.
Well, that's good. Well, the kind of interesting thing I wanted to mention was you were talking about Israel. And me and Israel, believe it or not, we share the same birthday. Tomorrow's Israel's 78th birthday.
Ah, well,
the country.
There you go.
Yeah, they were formed on May 14th, 1948. Back when the United Nations was formed back in 1947, after they had something like 181 countries back then join the United Nations. The very first matter of business that came up on the United Nations floor was China held their hand up and goes, "Hey, the Jewish people have been roaming the earth for 2,000 years. Why don't we give them their own country?" Guess what? Russia went and held their hand up. They seconded the motion. Even though it didn't need a third, America had put their hand up and goes, "Yeah, let's do it." Everybody voted. Guess what? Israel became a nation on May 14th, 1948. And they are only 78 years old tomorrow.
I don't begrudge in Israel or the Jewish faith to our homeland. But
yeah, I think that
it was a screw job from the word one.
I agree.
From the get-go.
How the hell do you? No, and you know what the whole deal was? What I understand, the way how it first originally went down was, I don't know why, but they had made some kind of deal, the United Nations, with the other Arab countries all around them, like Jordan, Egypt, etc. And each country had pretty much dedicated themselves to saying, "Yeah, we'll take 100,000 Palestinians. Yeah, we'll take 100,000 Palestinians. Yeah, we'll take 100,000." They were going to disperse them in all the lands around Israel, give Israel their own country. But guess what? When push came to shove, the Arab nations go, "Nah, we really don't want those Palestinians in our country." So that's kind of, they just, first they say, yeah, we'll take them. Then they go, "Nah, I don't think so. We don't want those people here." Wow. So that's how it went down. Yeah. Yeah, and you notice how the Arab countries really haven't been standing up for, you know, what's been happening in Israel and Palestine and Gaza. They've been pretty silent.
Pretty silent, pretty damn quiet. Everybody is.
Yeah.
Except the Palestinian movement here in the United States.
Correct.
They've been a little active. And what has that gotten them?
Well, I mean, you know, what's this whole meeting happening with all these business executives and fucking?
There's money to be made
today.
Nothing screams. His first trip into Qatar and into Saudi Arabia. It's where the money is. All the businessmen go over there because they want to try to suck up and get some kind of deal going. I don't know. Buy him I don't know, some bullshit to get influence with you.
Well, I mean, all the top financial people, Elon, all those fucking people, they're slicing and dicing planet Earth up right before our very eyes.
Yeah, and we're not part of the pie, baby. We're not getting any piece of that pie. No, we're the one baking the pie, making the pie, picking the berries, whatever the fuck. We do all the work. What is that old fairy tale, that child's story?
This screams of robber baron all over, bro.
Well, that's what we have for a president.
I know.
He's a grifter. This is his last term, supposedly. Supposedly, we're looking into that. Damn.
What did you say? Oh, well, we're looking into
my glass is sweating profusely.
You know,
you need a napkin.
Your glasses are.
Hey, I'm having a margarita tonight. I'm having a margarita.
Oh, good for you.
That's
awesome.
Actually, I'm joining other Blue Dots who are also having margaritas. By the way, baby, so y'all doing?
Is there something about Tuesday margaritas? I thought it was Taco Tuesdays.
Taco Tuesday. What do you have with tacos? Come on, what do you have with tacos? There you go.
Yeah, okay.
It all makes sense. It all blends in. And cruising for a bruising is right. It's lemonade. That's all it is. Exactly.
What type
John's
of
dangerous around those things. Oh yeah, John gets a little dangerous around those things.
You drink that
because it's lemonade.
You drink that Huerbo stuff. That's really good. Kind of
Jose Cuervo, you are a friend of mine. Yep.
Not that. Yeah, what was it? Cuervo. The stuff that comes in that, like that really good agave. What do they call that stuff?
Agave.
Yeah, the really. Yeah, true. Cheat the worm.
Captain Obvious.
You're talking about mezcal. Mezcal.
Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah, that's good stuff too.
Yeah, it sure is.
Eat the worm.
That gets you in trouble.
Have a vision. That's what they say.
That gets you in trouble.
Boy, howdy.
Oh, God.
All right. Yeah,
well,
I see another name down here that's got their hand up that I am not familiar with. Miss Chick, are you?
I only see one
Toonie
hand
Girl.
up.
Toonie Girl, yeah.
Oh, Toonie Girl, yes. Sorry, I thought that was still Tristan who left. Or no, Tristan unpopped their name.
Well, we'll just invite them up to speak, and if they want to accept that, that's fine. This table's open to all, baby.
Yep,
not eating any worm tonight, Jeanette.
Button to come up, guys.
But I believe that worm was swimming around in here. I don't know.
John, for some reason, Tristan told me that he couldn't accept the invite for some reason when he tried to click on it.
Maybe go out and try to come back in. I mean, leave Discord and come back in and see if that fixes it.
Yeah, Tristan's from Robin's camp.
Completely leave Discord and come back into Discord, and then you'll probably be able to do your buttons.
Is that who Jay is here? Because that's all I have is the letter J.
Letter J.
Jay, are you in the room?
That's Jorge.
That's Jorge.
Oh, that's Jorge? Jorge Tire Biter? Are you shitting me?
He's going J who?
All I got was a J up there.
Jay.
Just a J. I thought, oh, look at there. Somebody new named Jay. They don't want to use their whole name. It's just Jay.
Man, just a told fire.
I've done got demoted down to one letter now.
One letter.
Apparently.
One letter, Jorge.
So now, what is the count? 35? Is it 35 members of Fox that are now in the administration? Is that
I know
the
it's
number
23.
I've heard?
I think it's the whole damn network.
32.
Does it say, do they
23.
have anybody left even on
Yeah.
the broadcast?
Did they do anybody doing the news over there, or not news, but whatever the hell
They
it is
could
that
get
they
any
call
kid.
that.
They could get any
Interns
kid to
running the
come
show,
out.
or what?
Yeah, they could get.
By the
any
way,
kid to come
Jorge.
out.
By the way, Jorge.
Yes, sir.
I heard
Yes,
what
sir.
you did for a Klondike bar, buddy. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying.
What happens in Vegas stays in
Look,
Vegas.
That's right.
It's not what it looked like. Okay?
It's not what it looks like. How is the lovely Nan, by the way?
I know it looked bad, but it really, she's fabulous. She's on the road headed home from College Station tonight. And,
Oh, good.
I'll be talking to her briefly. So
Well, good.
anyway, I just
Give her
wanted
my
to check it
best.
because I'm trying to figure that out. Just how many people from Fox News are really in the administration now?
There are 23.
Too many.
Ridiculous.
That's what I know. Too many.
23 that I know of.
Judge Wino.
Judge Wino.
One.
Judge
That's the kicker.
Wino. Oh my God.
Are you shitting me?
They're both
Yeah.
You know,
God.
it's been what, 40 years or something? At least 20, more than 20 years since she's practiced. I think it's closer to 30 or might be more since she's practiced law.
Now you talk about the song. Every time she opens her mouth, I hear the song. You know. Yeah.
That one?
I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut
That
the fuck
one.
up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Bow, bow.
We could
Shut
use
the
that
fuck
song
up.
for a
Shut the
lot of
fuck up. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Judge
Bow, bow.
Wino. Judge Wino. Thank you,
What
John.
about her?
I feel better now.
Do you? Puts me
I
in a
feel
better
much
mood,
better.
too. I always get a little bit better mood anytime we play that song. Just makes me want to get up and dance.
Well, I guess if we
Slap
could look at the
somebody.
flip side of the coin, on the bright side of the coin, at least he hasn't hired any Newsmax people to work for him yet, as far as we know. That'd be even
They're
worse
moving-
than Fox.
They're moving up on the
No,
ladder.
he's got Marjorie's boyfriend, who just comes out in every press conference and starts it off by licking Trump's ass really
Yeah.
good. You know, Mr. President, how can you be so wonderful? I just don't know how you could be any more wonderful. Thank you, Mr. President, for being so fucking wonderful. You know,
Did you see
oh,
what
God,
Did you
just
see what
makes you want to puke.
Damn.
Yeah.
MJ
Did you
Daniel,
see
you
what
hear
happened to
circus
MGP
music?
yesterday? Did you see what happened to Marjorie Taylor Greene
Send me
yesterday?
some of that shit. Huh? Marjorie Taylor
Marjorie
Greene. No,
Taylor-
pray
Oh,
tell.
yeah,
what
yeah,
did
yeah,
she say?
Yeah, she
No.
is not
No,
going
I
to
did
run
not
for
hear.
senator or anything. She goes, well, I know I would win the Senate, and I know I would win over him, but I'm not going to run.
Oh, she's not going to run for Senate because she knows she'd win and she doesn't want to embarrass everybody else.
Right. Or governor.
Yeah.
Or governor, or governor,
Or governor.
Or governor.
Yeah.
She could.
Or
She
governor.
would. And
I
win.
guess on
because she knows she'd win, but
Yeah, not a problem.
Right, Onstop is going to win, and she knows it, and so she doesn't want to take a beating. And also,
We have
Trump
to
kinda
hold on
came
to
out and
Georgia.
said-
You remember?
Trump said her chances of winning aren't too good, and she heard that, and that kind of like hit her right in the heart. And
Yeah,
she had a
you're-
little crybaby moment.
I'm, and we've got a long way to go, baby. We have a long way to go. But
Yeah.
the midterms are going to be
Oh.
ours. I'm getting that feeling, but we can't let off the gas. It has to be full throttle all the way. Hello, Toonie girl.
Hello, this is all new to me, so took me forever
Uh-oh.
to figure out how to get up there.
Well, we're tickled to death you did.
You made it. You made it.
You made it in here.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a journey, but it's anybody can do it. The instructions, you follow the instructions on it. It's
What a
Discord
long
is a
straight
free
trip.
app, but
Well, I'm an American that immigrated to Canada in 1977, but my dad was born in Texas, so I had family in Texas.
outstanding.
We
Yeah.
love you, Canadian.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we can continue to get along.
Well, we will.
got issues too.
Our government
We just
might not.
Marshmallow. Anyway.
The reason I was trying to get through to you guys is because I came across something I think you'd be interested in today, and I can't even remember how I got into this, but there's an interesting, this is off topic a bit, it's about the Afrikaners coming from South America.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Or from South Africa, sorry.
Right. Yeah.
But I came across a website that they've created, and probably had something to do with Elon Musk, but you've got to check this website out. It's called...
Yeah.
Americans, Amerikaners, Amerikaners.com. And what's really interesting about it, I don't know if I've got a delay, but I'm nervous as well, so bear with me.
That's okay, baby.
But
that's all right.
That's all right.
It's interesting because it's all about how Afrikaners can come to America and get everything, all this money and things, and get settled. And you guys are going to be paying for this. So I thought you should check this website out.
Oh, yeah. This almost sounds like the whole thing. Like all the migrants were given a free hotel and free SNAP and everything and free health care. I mean, yeah.
Way more than this is way more than that.
I know.
It speaks
here
volumes.
they were complaining we were guilty of it, but we weren't.
Immigration
he chartered a plane and flew all those people in, and they're super white supremacist types. So, he just wants to build his white supremacist base. I mean, I don't know what you guys, I'm pretty far left, so I don't know how you are, but
you're in good
company. We're all on the
company.
right side of history. That's where we are. We're on the right side of history. Okay.
But anyway, I'm quite nervous just getting through it and stressed out because my dog was jumping on me. I thought I was trying to connect here.
Well, not a problem.
We are glad you gave that info. Thank you so much. That is valuable.
I hope I got it. I hope I got it right, but I'm sure it's like America, because I should have written it down. Of course I didn't, but I'm pretty sure it's Amerikaners with a K, Amerikaners.com.
Right.
And it's really an interesting site. Yeah. And I don't think anybody knows about it. I can't even remember how I stumbled across it today, but I thought, holy shit, when I saw it.
You know what we do to that? You know what we do to that website? I just came up with a great idea. This is an anonymous hack. What we do is we just flood that. We do a denial service entry to it. And we just put bogus people like Mickey Mouse and Phil Epino and all different other names down, and we apply. We just overload it.
This isn't like a Facebook page. This is like an official government site. This is a professional. Right. Yeah. So I don't know how to do what you're talking about, but anyway, it sounds interesting.
Be careful.
If we get anonymous on it, they'll do a denial service. They'll flood it with every possible computer.
Well, there you go. There's an endorsement right there. Uncle Fatty in the chat says it's a great site. So,
well, if you saw my personal page, I wouldn't dare put some of the stuff I put in rant and rave on there if I was living down there now, because frankly, like you guys, if you have your own personal web pages and stuff, I'd be worried about ICE knocking on my door, breaking my door down or whatever.
Well, as soon as they find out where I was born, I'm sure they might think about it.
Well, you know what's funny? I was
born in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. That's
really?
Yes, that's where I was born. I like to say I've been connected to the temperate zone, baby. I need to.
You were born in Cuba?
I was born in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Indeed, I was. 1953.
Really?
Yes.
Was that a Navy base?
Yes, it was.
Okay, because I saw you were in the Navy. So.
Yes, U.S. Naval Hospital. Yes, in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Oh my God!
My dad was a Navy was a sailor, and that's where he was stationed at. So.
Oh, so you're an immigrant, huh, John?
That's me, baby.
Yeah.
That's me.
Well, my husband. It's quite a long story, but anyway, my husband was a Vietnam vet, and when we got married, we lived in Montana, and we just decided that, well, first of all, we were starving. We weren't making enough to live on. So we traveled up to British Columbia, and he just happened to pick up a newspaper from the capital of British Columbia, and they were looking for a special education teacher up there, way up north in Prince George, BC, and so he applied for that, and it was a job nobody wanted because it was really hardcore, tough kids. I mean, one of these kids burnt down a judge's house. That's the kind of kids that he was working with. So So that's how we got immigrated, because first you had to apply, and first they take all the applications across Canada, but nobody wanted the job because of where it was, and it was hardcore kids. So that's how we managed to get in.
Wow, what a story!
Trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how you ended up where you are.
And you know those South Africaners that you were talking about? I happened to tune in Fox News this morning because the other channels were playing commercials. I sat there and I watched it while I was eating my dinner at 3 in the morning, which I guess is 9 a.m. on the East Coast. And Fox News, I decided to watch them and what the hell they were talking about. And they were talking about the South Africaners. And they had this one guy on that was being immigrated into the U.S. and he was a pastor of a church in South Africa, and according to them, they didn't bring him on, but they were talking about him, and they said that he was basically drug out of his church and beat, and he feared for his life. So that he said that he was persecuted. Now, the only thing I can think of is he was probably preaching MAGA bullshit from the pulpit, and the people go, "Fuck you, we're fucking targeting you." You know what I mean? That's kind of what I think.
The Afrikaners.
The Afrikaners. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, that's okay. I was just going to say that you should Google it and read about them, because they came to power in South Africa approximately in the 1960s and started apartheid and all that. So yeah, they're super white supremacist.
Oh yeah.
Hence Donnie's people, baby. Donnie's people.
That's why he wants to build up his base. That's why he's got all the
J6. I said, the optics of it alone just screams racism, just screams, every bad thing that man represents.
Well, I don't know if
we have a lot more suffering right next door, baby. We don't have to look far for it. It's on our border down here. If you want to be charitable.
Do you think he's got the J6 guys that he released in those? I think they're part of those ICE crowds that are going around and.
I wouldn't doubt if some of them are wearing masks with a vest on that says police on it. I really.
Exactly why masks.
Yeah,
I've seen some of them with the. Have you ever heard of their?
He's got to have brown shirts somewhere.
Yeah.
Hitler had them. He's got to have them. We just
I don't know
call
how to
them
sign
maggots.
off.
Well, did anybody see the TikTok influencer that flew back from Spain, that like 26-year-old black chick that was a U.S. citizen? It was really kind of a deep dive. It was called Status Coup, I think, as a YouTube website. It's a YouTube channel that's called Status Coup, and they're like ACLU people that are on there. And this woman came back from Spain. She had spent like a month. She's a TikTok influencer, right? And she's American born and everything. And ICE detained her at Miami, and she basically took pictures of everything that was happening. She documented everything. She went back on YouTube. They held her for 5 hours. They basically strip searched her. They dumped all of her luggage out. They went through everything. They made her open her social media. They sat there. They looked at all of her social media. They documented everything. They basically put her in a room down underneath the Miami airport. I thought there were no women there. There were all men. There were like 20 men. And I'm going, fuck, if you're a woman, you wouldn't want to be in that position. I would have demanded. And number one, I made some comments and I go, you told that person way too much. They asked questions that you never should have answered. You should give them your name, your social security number, your address, and then remain silent. Say, am I free to leave? If not, if detained, go, where's my lawyer? And that's all I would ever say. But this lady went and told, I mean, I don't slight her for being young, you know what I mean? Because that's part of it. She was just intimidated. But they asked her questions like, where's your dad from? Where was he born? Where does he live? And she didn't have all the answers to these questions. But the fact that they open her social media, and she also sells like anti-Trump merch. I mean, she does that as a side business too. So, and then they kept asking her over and over, and they kept yelling in her face, are you leaving the country anytime soon? Are you leaving the country? And she said no. She told them 4 different times, no. Well, guess what? What I realized was, and I pointed it out, well, one reason why is because now they know that they can keep you in the U.S. and they can track your ass, because now they have built a dossier on you more than anybody else. And I go, if you don't tell them diddly squat, they're not mind readers. You know what? Let them try to figure out who the fuck you are. Don't tell them who you are, because they'll use it against you. But it was a horrible story, and that's just one of several stories that are happening to just U.S. citizens coming back into our fucking country and being detained and possibly being skirted away to some other country that you don't even belong to. This is not.
Oh, that couldn't happen. Oh, man, well, that could not happen. Get deported to a country you're not from. How dare you say? Dare you say?
Yeah, Libya, where there's a travel ban. I mean, the U.S. says don't even travel to Libya. In fact, if you're an American citizen, they told you to leave a long time ago, and yet we'll ship people over there? Give me a break. That's a war-torn country. How would you like it if you're Mexican, all of a sudden you end up in an Arabic country, and you can't even speak their language and don't know their culture? I mean, that's fucked up.
There is so much fucked up in this world, my friend.
By the way, they're deporting 500,000 Cubans. The Cubans are under threat right now.
Oh, see, I'm on the list. See? I told you I'd be on the list.
Yeah, there's 633,000 Cubans in the U.S., and they're starting to deport them, and they're deporting them right out of Miami. So Cubans don't have the rights that they thought they had in this country by getting whatever visas
Puerto Ricans don't have the right they thought they had. You know, nobody. If you're a person of color, no. In one form or another, they're out to get your ass. You know, and it's disgusting to watch on a daily basis. You know,
it seems that they only fuck with people of color right now. I mean, they're not. But then again, you know, John Leguizamo, he came out. Boy, I saw a whole bunch of TikTok stuff he put out, and he goes, you know, there's all different types of Latinos. There's white Latinos. There's, you know, darker Latinos. He goes, we're all under fucking threat. And John Leguizamo, boy, he sure had some fucking choice words for what was happening. I mean, he's been doing a lot of TikTok shit about his Latin brothers and sisters and how they're being fucking attacked. And he thinks it's just outrageous. Yeah, you're right. They want to make this a Christian nationalist white nation.
That's the agenda, buddy. That's the agenda. Anybody who thinks anything different, you missed the mark. And he'll try to accomplish that any way he can. But he won't. But he's not the one I'm worried about. It's the maggot friends that he's got. It's all those that support that idea. Those that, you know, the ones we always talk about that came out from underneath their rock when Obama was elected. Hey, let me thank Lincoln, who came in with another $2 and said, cabinet meetings involve all kinds of face sitting. Oh, are you shitting me? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a suck-up party is what it is. Anytime there's a cabinet meeting, they all just sit around there and talk about how glorious the leader is.
You know who's the evilest of them all besides Trump, and I almost hate more? Stephen Miller.
Curly?
Joseph Goebbels.
Yes.
Curly, we're getting a bunch of feedback from you.
Mute your mic.
You're coming in, Curly, but you got the radio or TV on behind you, and it's
you're watching us on something, and we hear ourselves repeating.
I apologize.
That's all right. There you go. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, brother? You know,
I'm hanging in there, brother. Another day.
I'm not a tech guy. You know.
Me neither. That's why I have kids.
Well, that was back in the 70s, you know. But you know, let me tell you something, man. Those margaritas sound like a good idea. And number two,
it was a good idea today. It was the grand idea today. So yeah,
absolutely, man. Taco Tuesday. Hey, nothing goes better with Mexican food.
That's right. That's right. Margarita. What goes good with tacos on Tuesday? Margarita. So,
right on. And,
indeed.
You
know, and Mr. Chick-fil-A, she's from Michigan, so I love Mr. Chick. I'm from Michigan too.
You're in Michigan, Curly?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll pray for you.
Yeah,
It's going to get warmer. Don't worry.
My whole life, you know. It's a nice day. It's a nice day.
Yeah, I understand y'all took
today.
a turn. I was fixing to say it got a little warmer up there, didn't it?
Yep, when it rained a little muggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we hit the triple digits today.
No, you can have those.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
it's too hot. It's too hot for me. You know.
It was
I like the low humidity and like 70 degrees, low humidity, and you know, you can wear shorts.
Humidity down here, you can take a glass outside, just swish it through the air and get you a drink of water.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, I have to let you know, you've called me up a few times. I'm only on my cell phone and I'm on my laptop. You know, I don't even use a laptop, to be honest with you.
Hey, the phone works.
I'm behind the you know, I don't know, the genre, you know, as far as, you know, using laptops and all that. So I just want to get on and talk to you guys, you know, because you guys are the coolest people that I know, you know.
Well, we appreciate that.
You know,
we always say this table is open. It's an open table. If you have Discord, you can get on Discord. You can come on here and, oh, Lord, what's happening over here? I get a notification.
Takes one to know one, right?
There you go.
I only have like a few friends, you know. It's like I want to be able to talk to somebody that actually, you know, I've been to some protests and stuff, and you know, I want to talk to people that, you know, are like-minded and see what the hell's going on here. This is ridiculous. It's crazy. You know, it
is.
This is
and for a lot of people who live out in the country or in red areas and stuff, this is you know, it's an oasis. I think. I like to think.
And you know what? That's the states that are most affected right now by these tariffs are the red states.
They're the ones most threatened by the economy in general.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's what somebody was saying the other day, that the maggots are going to be the ones that feel it first.
It's going to affect everybody. It's
we're all going to get hurt. You know,
anywhere where you work, where you import and export parts and pieces for what you do, you're going to get affected.
Yeah, they don't ask you where you know, those questions when you go to buy
it's going to affect everyone, but I mean, they're going to, this firsthand, they're going to see just how much he really doesn't care about them, and then they'll still say, "Oh, but I'll vote for him again." Watch, that's what they'll say.
Well, now the maggots will, the die-hard maggots, those that just eat him up. No matter what he does or says, you're not going to change those people. They're racist, bigoted, misogynistic. I don't care. Use a word. It describes them, and that's who they are. Hey, let me catch up again because Mega Wet Willie, hey Mega, came in with $10 and said some guy posted a video who's a truck driver saying he got pulled over at a weigh station and was asked to read a line in English and copy it on the paper. Saw a few drivers in handcuffs, all Hispanic. You know, I don't know if Mega Wet Willie, since he came out with that shit, that only English language for truck drivers, signed some executive order, you can only speak. Are you shitting me? Have you seen the line of trucks coming across the border from Mexico on a daily basis, bringing every freaking product you can think of? Again, racist bullshit. It's racist bullshit. How can you require that? How can it's maybe if you get a ticket, it's got to be in English or some shit, I guess. But if you're talking about communication, does it matter if the message gets across? It's one of those little things that just pisses me off. George Murray came in with $10. George, thank you very much. I appreciate it tremendously. Yeah, he signed an executive order. You can only speak English if you're a truck driver here in this country. And I know that's bullshit. Huh?
That's wasn't that just an executive order type thing? It wasn't.
Yes, yeah, it's sort of like bringing down prescription drug prices today. Signed an executive order. Tomorrow, all your prescriptions are going to be so much cheaper.
Magically
they'll just drop because he signed an executive order.
Because he's got that little magic wand.
But those maggots will eat that up. You see him sign executive order, and prescription price is going to come down. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
You know, and the sad thing is, I'm sure not all of them are dumbasses. I'm sure some of them have an education. They just let, you know, it's again, the product that he sells. It's hate, baby.
Yeah. And you know what he's probably going to come out and say when they start asking him, well, why ain't my prescription drug prices coming down? And he'll probably say, oh, I guess Big Pharma didn't get the memo yet.
Well, gas came down to under $2. This is $1.15 or some bullshit he said. You know, he's always saying shit. Gas prices are cheaper, groceries are cheaper, everything's getting cheaper. No, it's not. You're lying through your freaking teeth, and we all know it.
Yep.
Yeah, we know that guy's full of shit, man.
Yeah, we all know what the word groceries mean.
That guy's been full of shit since fucking 2015. You know, that guy's been full of shit since he was doing business in New York. This guy's a con man. He's nothing but a con man. A straight up con man running this country. You know, accepting the plane. This guy is a con man. And
everything. The plane is it's just one more thing in a series of just grifting. Everything in every which way he can. Him, his family, the whole 9 yards. It's just get as much money as you can in the 4 years he's got. And then after that, he's not going to be here. Supposedly.
You know what I've done to deal with this?
What?
I got me a little dog. I named her Foxy. And she's the cutest little dog. And she's the only thing that helps me get through this.
I'm telling you, brother, a dog, a pet, but that's what they're there for. They don't give a shit about your politics. They don't give a crap how your day went. They're just there to try to make it a little bit better. Yeah. And John's going to be sitting out here on the corner pretty soon. I should have been out there today. I might be out there tomorrow with a little sign that says Pibbles to a good home. Because I've got 8 Pibbles. 8 Pibbles. And I can't keep them. I can't. I want to. Every time I look at them, every one of them is cute as shit. You know.
That's sad.
But I can't keep them. Yep. Yeah.
But you might know what, John? You're right, because they don't have that. They don't have the political thought.
No,
they're
the truest love you're ever going to find.
That's the way human beings should be. They should understand that all we need is love. You know, just like the Beatles sang. You know, we need love.
It's a good reference. Yeah. The love and the right. You know.
We're dealing with this hate that
Donnie has love.
Pure hate.
Donnie's got love of money. That's all he's got, and he thinks that's enough. $4.49 a gallon.
Man,
Shit. I'd stay home.
You know what it all boils down to?
Damn, that's high.
It all boils down to that every single one of our world leaders right now, they're too stubborn to swallow their damn pride, and they would rather go to war and not value human life and not protect the life of the innocent people in their countries.
Absolutely.
You know, the example that Donnie's given right now in the case of Ukraine is embarrassing.
That's just horrible.
It is. It's horrible. It just smells of favoritism to Russia. He'll sell out Ukraine in a heartbeat. He's got no courage at all. You know, like I said earlier, he could have gone to visit a lot of people, our allies, our friends. He could have visited Canada. He could have visited, Great Britain or France or Switzerland. No. He picks Qatar and Saudi Arabia because that's where the money is, baby. But this thing with Ukraine, it's a thorn under my ass that it sickens me every day.
Yeah. He chose to go to the land where terrorists are.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's okay, though. They got money. They got money. We can forgive them if they got money. We can forgive them for hacking up journalists.
They got the minerals they want.
Yeah.
They want those minerals.
Or they'll let him build a Trump Tower.
There you go. Yeah. Fuck the minerals. Give me a tower. That's what Donnie'd say.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that, about him building a Trump Tower.
Just a little real estate deal,
Yeah, just a real estate deal. Just nothing to
Yeah,
it. Sort of like airplanes.
Damascus is
You'd be stupid
like
not to.
Damascus,
Syria.
Gaza, it's all a real estate deal.
You know one person who's not going to be there, though? You know one person who won't be there? Bibi won't be there, which will be interesting with this big meeting. He ain't going to be there.
Nope.
He's not invited. I guess the Arabs wouldn't want an Israeli in their midst either, so go figure.
Trump's going to stab him in the back. It's going to happen.
Who, stabbed Donnie in the back?
No, Trump is going to stab Bibi in the back.
Trump's going to stab
There's
anybody.
no honor amongst thieves, yeah.
No. Yeah. I don't think he's going to turn his back on Bibi. No, he's played that card to the hilt. He's both Netanyahu and Trump are willing to commit genocide, starve people to death, starve kids to death. What do you call that?
A real estate adventure.
Yeah, a real estate adventure. A real estate deal. Fuck who dies. Fuck
I
who suffers.
call it a traitor. He's a traitor.
Traitorism.
You want
Following
to
in
know
the
why the
footsteps.
Palestinian cause is still so prevalent? Is because they were fucked. Totally fucked. And all of us should remember that, because most of us are old enough to remember the maps that had a country called Palestine on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if anyone should understand why you shouldn't make a country extinct, it should be the Jews.
You would think.
Yep. You would
think.
And then they come and commit the same sin that Hitler committed against them, and now they're acting like Hitler.
That's pretty close. Anyway, it's not exactly the same, but it's still an operation in progress.
Oh yeah.
Give them time. Give them time.
As that old saying goes, two wrongs don't make a right.
What's left of Gaza right now? It's a pile of rubble.
Much.
Yeah, not much has been untouched by Israeli bombs. By Israeli missiles. Every fucking inch of it. Hello, Pauline. Pauline's out there. She got a break. Take a breathe, baby. Breathe. You're getting. I feel for her. She's been through the ringer, man. I'm telling you. 3 households to pack up and move. Cross country. Yeah.
People ask me why I stay in every place that I've ever lived. I've stayed a long time. It's because
nobody wants to
move.
No, I ain't moving. I got too much shit now. I got shit all over the place. I built an extra building to put shit in. I didn't have no place else to put shit, so I got to build a building out there to put shit in. So, but
I'll build.
Ain't it great, John?
I hope Miss Lois is sitting there with you. I know she is. Big hugs to Miss Lois. Anyway, where were we? What? Oh shit! I forgot. Forgot that.
I don't know. Somebody said "fuck Trump," and I that's last I heard.
It's our calling card.
That must have been me, man.
It's our calling card.
Oh, we got you, man.
I've been saying fuck Trump for about fucking 10, 15 years, man. Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah. For a long time. Long before he came down the escalator. I think a lot of us know exactly who he was.
Right. I think I've seen him like on the Donahue show or something like that. And
if you know him from all the fucking, from Trump University, the scandal of Trump University, Trump wine, Trump steaks, Trump,
Yeah, I've never
farts.
Fallen into that crap. I actually never even thought about the dude until he walked down that escalator and started running. But let me tell you something. I think the bigger problem we got here in this world is religion.
Well, brother,
leave the religion alone, man. We have freedom of religion and state here. Why don't everybody?
Well, now, just what religion are you referring to? That's Donnie's. Well, what religion are you referring to? We have freedom of some religions.
To be honest with you,
I'm not. Everybody who knows me knows I am not a religious person at all. I wish I could believe in a magic man in the sky, but I just can't. And
I
y'all
know you, John.
if there was, y'all know what I'd ask him. So
I know who you are. I know what you think. And I think the same way. But the whole thing is the religion is the problem.
I just wish
these goddamn wingers
it has a place. In our society, I guess, but I wish they would practice more of the humanity part of it, the give a quarter of your field to the poor. Yeah, that part.
Right.
Not the part where I'll beat you to death with this Bible if you don't believe the way I do.
Yeah.
Right, right, exactly.
That's what aggravates me about Christians in this country is they've weaponized it against people.
Well, that's been going on a long time. But religion.
Yeah, but I mean, they've gotten more severe with it now than they have ever before.
No, not necessarily. It's just a revisit.
Yeah, I think it's just revisiting old times.
I have family members.
I'm pleased to say I'm happy with the Pope. He seems like a nice guy. Seems like he could carry on the ideals of Pope. Oh shit! Who's the one that just died?
Paul. Who?
Pope Paul.
I don't know. I don't keep track of Paul.
Leo.
No, Leo's the new one.
No, Leo's the new one.
Francis.
Pope Francis. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
and he was a good guy. Pope Francis was a good guy, so I'm fully expecting this one to be the same. He's already spoken out against Trump and against J.D. Vance, so he's not afraid to wade into the political landscape on a moral basis. On a moral.
Well, it's a moral landscape.
It's a moral landscape.
View.
Who's to decide what's moral, what's not now? What's moral, what's not now? Who's to decide that? That's what I.
Yeah, those.
I don't care if the Pope agrees with Trump or disagrees. I care about what the hell's going on, man. These people are trying to take over our country. They're totally. This is a complete robbery. From a con man. And we need to stop this. Or all done.
That's our job, baby. That's our job. Is to stop him. And I promise I'm going to get some new buttons pretty soon.
I'm going to protest on June 14th. I'm going to that protest, I'm going. I've been to a few,
Yeah, the June, was it June 6th?
June 6th is the veterans.
Is the veterans protest. It's going to be in the mall in Washington. Yeah. I looked at.
I'm going to go to that one too because I'm done. I'm done with that.
There's several that I want to go to. It's just not in my budget to travel too far right now. So that's my problem.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's
I'm not in good times. But I want to do everything I can to help.
That's it. Locally, do as much as you can.
Kids and the nieces and nephews and all of them. I want them.
I highly recommend that that everybody contact their local Democratic headquarters. See where they stand. See if there's anything going on in your neighborhood. That's up to us. Those are things that we have to do. Nobody's going to come knock on your door and ask. Well, some of them might, but. This is the time that we have to stand up ourselves, that we have to take the initiative to be part of this, because it is by our voice that our government exists.
Right, and they're coming after us. I'm a member of Act Blue. I pay like $3 a month or whatever.
Yeah, I'm a member of my local Democratic Party.
Yeah, and they come and they're going after Act Blue.
Yes, Act Blue and a bunch of others.
Oh yeah.
Whilst they, what was that one that they I just announced? Oh shit, my mind. It's a bad day. Not enough margarita. That's what the problem is.
Make another one.
That's number 2. Let me thank Silly
John.
Bebo.
You'll be real happy. Eat the worm. You'll get happy.
Yeah, Silly Bebo came in with a $5 donation and said Trump thinks he's playing Tropico or Civilization, and we're all just a bunch of NPCs. Now, if my kids were here, they'd know what that is. NPC. What's it? Anybody know? Silly Bebo.
Sorry,
I'll ask my kids because they play games. So a bunch of NPCs. I'll remember that. I'll ask my son. Yep. And then there's the 50-51. I'm going to try to have buttons. My button guy has been busy, or I haven't had time to get new buttons. Miss Chick, don't you have a couple that we could call out? Or I know there's the 50-51.
Oh.
There is
you can
Act Blue.
Act Blue is for donating, and you can go to search for an Indivisible group. They actually normally meet at least once a month, if not more. Physically meet, they have meetings, and then they have activities that they're doing now, organizing protests in their areas and stuff like that. What else? Oops.
Non-player character. That's what it is. That's what NPC is. See, all you got to do is ask
Okay.
Our chat.
There you
go. Our chat will get
They
that.
know everything in the chat.
Indivisible, indeed. Victoria LP 82. Indivisible is another website. You could check these out, baby. If you got phone, you probably got Google. So
50-51.
Yes, the 50-51. Those protests are gaining ground every damn time. Every damn time they have one.
There's another website called the BLOP, BLOP, big list of protests. So if you look up the BLOP, BLOP, you will get protests in your area.
As a matter of fact, that's all you have to Google is protest in my area. Google that. You're going to get some responses there.
Yeah. Okay. Then, whatever you got to do, man. Everybody needs to get out there with their signs and say, fuck Trump, fuck Elon, fuck Republicans, Christians, I mean.
Yeah. Try to make your
June
signs
6th,
out in public.
The veterans. And
Yes,
June 14th is No Kings.
Is No Kings. That's what it was. That's the one that was in my head. Yeah. June 14th.
They're both going to be in D.C., but No Kings is a 50-51, so that will be everywhere.
That'll be everywhere.
And some of the June 6th veterans also, if they can't make it to D.C., probably will be somewhere where they would normally.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to necessarily protest in front of the VA, because that's not specifically who they're protesting, but you might have to look for your local VA groups to know where they're.
The information is right at your fingertips. If you want to participate, it's not hard to find like-minded people.
You have to be interested in order to be involved. You have to know. You have to know what's going on in order to be involved, because you got to know this shit ain't right, man. None of it's right.
Like I think every day more and more people are, realizing that this shit ain't right. A plane.
Some people are starting to normalize it, and that's not good.
Yeah. And that's the game plan for him. To throw so much shit out there that people get tired of it. What do? You got a plane? Yeah, well, so what? He's grifter anyway. That kind of
He deserves it. He deserves that plane.
Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. You'd be stupid to turn it down. They take the whole, No, it's our, somebody has to stand up against this shit. And that somebody is us. We can't shove this on somebody else. We can't depend on anybody else to do this except us. Because that's our job. Like others that came before us that had to fight for shit. We can't be the generation, the to let it all go down the road, just, willy-nilly and shut up and drink your vodka. I don't think we can do that.
They're flushing our Constitution down the drain, man. They're flushing loyalty, honesty. I mean, I'll be honest with you, none of it was perfect before, but I'll tell you what, right, they're doing right now, they're completely throwing away. They have a bigger plan.
He's trying to dismantle this government.
And we're not involved in that plan.
No, we're not part of it. Well, we are sort of in a roundabout way. But his plan is just to dismantle this whole government, to throw it into such disarray that it's not recoverable. That's what he's banking on. That's all of what his lackeys that he's put in positions from Fox News all over the place. They're loyal to him, not to the Constitution.
I agree. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing is that if he gets away with it, then there's no turning back. We have to stop this son of a fucking bitch before it happens. And this
we lose democracy. It's not. We won't get it back.
I know.
It'll be too late. An authoritarian will be in charge, and you won't have the option to vote. Oh, you might if you're white Christian Trump supporter, maybe.
Yeah, with guns, saying we can have guns, but you can't now. I mean, the whole thing is just an oxymoron. These people are absolutely the dumbest motherfuckers around. I'm sorry about swearing. I don't know if I can swear in Substack or whatever. But these people need to get a goddamn fucking counselor.
Yeah, no shit. But we got sailors in here, so no fucking cussing.
Yeah, no fucking cussing. Don't have anything of that around here.
Is a Navy vet, and he understands what's going on, and he works for these people that they're Trumpers, and they still don't see it. That's what scares me. It's that they don't see it yet. How can you not see this? I mean, Jesus Christ, I seen this shit fucking 10, 12 years ago when this some bitch burned up. Like, no way. I lost the girlfriend I was dating because she says, why did you go so crazy when Trump won? And, because I knew that son of a bitch was fucking evil, I mean, not evil, but just fucking crooked, a con man, Come on, people,
I just wonder how long, and for me it's been a very long time, that some of the people that I know, and family members and friends and shit, of which I don't have any anymore, I don't know, I just hope I lived long enough to that day to be able to say, I fucking told you. When they change their mind, when it hurts them enough that they turn their back on him. Oh, shit. Yeah.
If you don't, John, if you don't, we will. We'll tell them that you knew. Your son.
Very good. John the Hurricane.
They'll tell them that you knew. Navy, your dad knew. They knew what you were thinking, You're a good man, man. You're one of my favorite people I watch on YouTube.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I mean, but I think I can share that with this whole family. I'm just the one that sets the table, baby. That's it. It's just my pretty face up here on the camera. That's all. The rest of everything is this family. That.
And I love all your callers too, man. That Aussie Dave, man. He's a cool dude. Missy chick. Everybody. They're all very nice people. And I find it hard to
their names.
With people that you don't even know who they are, if they're Republican, Democrat, whatever they are, and it's like, and then you find out like they think and they believe in Trump. It's like, oh my God, you just ruined my whole idea of you.
I try hard not to let it affect, because like on my street, ain't nobody, on my street likes me anymore, but I still wave to every one of them every time I pass them on the road. except for butt
Right
boy.
on.
And my disclaimer is butt boy, no wave. I just cruise right by his house. I look at him occasionally, but everybody else on my street, I give them a wave every time at the mailbox or passing on the road. I don't get waves back, but that's not why I do it. I do it as my own personal way of saying fuck you. I'm not the one that's an asshole. I'm not the one that changed in this neighborhood. My political views were just known. Yeah. I opened my mouth, which is something that we all supposedly have a right to do in this country. Freedom of speech and freedom to assemble. And that's what we're doing here. We're assembling.
Yeah. And that's why I love this show, man, because you guys are great, man. All of you. You know, I mean, I appreciate your voices. I appreciate your words.
Thank you, Maria.
And, I appreciate being able to talk to you. I'm glad I finally figured out how to do it,
I just encourage everybody. Come in, we'll talk about your grandma. Doesn't matter. I let this conversation go wherever it leads. If we were sitting around the table in person, there'd be a conversation going on over there about Aunt Betty's hip or, and then a political discussion over here. There'd be all sorts of shit going on. Because that's what happens at our Blue Dot family meetings when we have a hookup. And on that note, man, I'm thinking it's time for one. Time for one.
Hey, John?
Yeah.
My mom's 82, and she's a huge fan too, and she lives with me, because, she can't
tell
afford
your
to live
mama
in a
thank you.
retirement. I will. You just told her that because she'll hear it,
Well,
she'll hear
tell her to get on Discord, come in.
She would love to do that, And
anyway,
she's worried about her grandchildren, her great grandchildren, and all that, So
she's got a lot to worry about.
You're a good.
We're all worried.
You soothe our souls, You and the conversation soothes our souls.
The conversation, and that's y'all. I'd appreciate it though. I really do. I'm very humbled every time I look at the numbers. Our numbers are going up. There's new family members coming in, and it just tells me there's more and more people that are in this fight that have decided that this is enough bullshit. Let's get into this shit. And
there's more people in this fight than they realize.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we're gonna win.
Thank you.
Right, Miss Chick?
Yep.
Oh, it's my voice. That's what it is. Carolyn says it's my voice. That's what it is. Anyway.
It's nice to see a lot of people that voted for him that realize that they need to get out and protest with us.
There are more and more people who voted for him that are turning around. There are conservatives still in this country. All the Republicans haven't, drank the Kool-Aid, I guess. Let's hope not. But they got to find their balls, baby. They got to find their balls. They got to find their courage to be able to stand up and say it. To join the rest of this country, because we can all see what he's doing. But the Republicans are kind of standing up against this plane deal because it's so freaking obvious. Anyway. Common Sense, thank you, from Seguin, Texas. That's mine. Anyway. Let me thank James Tripp, who just came in with $5 and said, I saw on Midas Touch today that President Carter gave up his peanut farm before taking office, but Trump gets a $400 million. Yeah, that's it, Jeff. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no ethics within their Republican Party anymore. There's no sense of right or wrong or anything. It's everything is up for sale. And including this country, and that's what this trip is that he's on now, where he's selling us out, baby, for an airplane and a lot of other deals, because there's a lot of freaking deals being made over there in that little soiree.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned, and I'm sure we'll find out what they are. But in the meantime,
go over there face to face to make those deals.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days, so I didn't get a rant out yesterday. I had every intention of getting a rant out today to make up for yesterday's rant, and that didn't happen. And so tomorrow I will make sure I get my 2 cents out, because I can't let this shit build up inside of me without a pressure relief valve coming. So we'll try to do that. But in the meantime, Dangerous. Are you shitting me?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming in. Enjoyed it.
Hi, the dangerous one.
Oh,
You found the new I am home group.
that's funny. I was my phone. I had assistant open and it started talking to me. Hi, the dangerous one.
Yeah,
I heard that. So
Anyway.
my iPad does that occasionally to me. I'm here to help you.
Anyway, thank you for wishing me a happy 50th anniversary of my 15th birthday. So that's cool. And we'll just we'll just batten down the hatches and
that's it, baby.
wait for the next
Set course.
salvo. The next salvo is going to come in any
Damn
minute.
the torpedoes, baby. Full speed ahead.
Damn the
torpedoes. We'll make it through this shit. Dangerous,
Yes,
thank
we
you very
will.
much.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for having this space for all of us. We appreciate it. And by the way, anybody watching this, make sure you hit the like button and share the shit out of this stuff, because we need more people to be on the right side of history. So that's my pitch for the day. All right?
Dangerous, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Much love, everybody.
And indeed. And before we slip out the door, I want to thank Peaceful Sleepers, who came in with a $20 donation. Peaceful, thank you very much. And said, thank you. Over the years, I have listened, and I want you all have helped my mental health. Thank you all, and you're the best. Peaceful, thank you very much. And again, I point to this chat, and I think that's what he's talking about. This family that gathers in this chat every damn time. And to me, that's the payoff for this. That's my reward. The donations, they help pay the bills, baby, and we all got them. And but the real reward is the friendships and closeness that a lot of our Blue Dots have formed. And yeah. And on that note, Caroline, John, Pauline, Robert, Miss Lois, all of you. I love you all, and we'll get through the next few days. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah, say goodbye. Curly.
Yeah, I just want to say that, first of all, get a pet, They love you unconditionally, and that's what human beings are missing. They're missing that love, and they need to learn how to, get along, and the only thing that's getting in the way of it is Christianity.
Love is something that you give away expecting nothing in return, my friend.
Right. And, and that's why I like you, man. That's why when I heard you talk, I said, yeah, I like this guy. I'm going to listen to this guy, man. He's a good guy,
Well, thank you for that, brother. I appreciate it. I really do.
Oh, it's important, It's important, not just for me, for everybody.
We have a big
everybody
family.
needs to understand this, not just us.
There you
Everybody
go. Wanda
needs
Bell
to
just said it.
understand.
We love you because you love us. There you go. I think it's mutually mushy shit all over the place, baby. That's what it is.
But you're a good dude, and
I appreciate it, brother.
I appreciate what you do, and thank you for inviting me in. And
well, don't make yourself a stranger now. Come back. We'll be here.
Well,
we'll be here.
When you call me up on the thing, I'm still learning how to, answer and say, okay, I'm on the queue.
You'll be an old hand at this shit in no time.
Yeah, I know. All
right, brother.
Yeah, good day, brother. You
too, brother.
Just
have a good night.
And your
Ben.
family too, okay?
You bet. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Ben.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
Been with us a long
Appreciate
time.
it, and thank you for having me at the table again. And we got to keep fighting, and we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to win this fight, come high or hell water.
Hell or high water, brother. We don't have an option. We adapt, we overcome, and we move forward. That's what we do, baby.
Yep, and everyone, just make sure you share this shit if you have to. Tell your congressman, tell your senator, tell everyone you can about this.
Tell everybody. Tell the damn dog. Anyway.
Yeah. Tell the postman.
Tell the postman. Anyway, Ben, take care of yourself. Come back.
You're welcome.
You
Thank
bet. And Miss Chick.
And John.
Oh, baby. That was fun.
We made it through another.
Made it through another one. And I really did. Outside of a few headlines, I had to pull this one right out of my butt because this is my second margarita.
Oh, now we're getting the truth.
There you go. And I may not be done.
Blame it on
It's
the
a rough day.
margarita.
Well, you need one every once in a while. So
Yeah, I guess you do.
normally I drink my tea, but today
I used to be a
required-
bartender, John. I know how to
Did
make
you?
margarita. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Long time ago in another life.
Boy, howdy. Learn all sorts of new things.
Yeah, old things. Those are old things for me, but yeah.
Well, new to me.
Yeah. New to you.
Anyway.
Okay.
You got anything you want to mention
I
before we
do.
head out?
I wanna call out Germany.
Germany?
Germany arrested a self-proclaimed king today, or maybe it was yesterday.
Why
Yeah,
can't we do
they-
that?
They said you can't just be telling everybody you're king. It's not gonna work. You're just full of shit. We're gonna arrest you.
It's that simple.
It's that simple. Damn it.
Damn.
Of course, he wasn't already sitting somewhere in an office when he said it. So,
Well,
yeah,
shit.
he's just a street worm. But yeah. Anyways, I
So's
wanted to call
ours.
them out for that. Yeah. And I also want to finish up with Kay Starling again, who asks, so what do we do? If silence is compliance, then we get loud. We march,
Indeed.
we disrupt, we disagree, we call a spade. We learn and we listen. We commit to persevering until equity, liberty, and justice have been secured for all. And perhaps most importantly, we guard against viewing our fellow humans as a stereotype. The dream of America lives in each of us, and it's about time for us to rouse from our slumber, wipe the complacency from our eyes,
There
and
you
make it a reality.
There you go.
Thank
It
you,
is.
Kay. Yeah,
That was beautiful. She does good work.
yeah, I love Kay Starling.
Yes.
But other than that, we had some lovely blue dots that shared some shit.
Some more shit shares, you say.
Yep, they
Well, these
splattered
shit
it
shares get
everywhere.
around, don't they?
They do.
They do.
They do.
Pray tell.
They get
who are
around.
the shit
they-
shares this week.
Well, they get around like Jose R. in Texas and John D. in Texas. A couple of Texans there.
Outstanding. Love it.
Hmm. And Esme B. from Colorado, but I think maybe was originally from Texas. I'm not sure.
We're trying to spread the love, baby. We're trying to
Right?
spread the love.
Rodney L., which I don't think Rodney's from Texas, but he is from Tennessee.
We'll take
Nancy S. from Florida and Laura S. from New York. They all shared this
They all
shit with
shared
their
this shit.
friends.
it. And you could share this shit, and maybe Miss Chick will call your shit share now.
Yep.
That's the way it works, baby. And we appreciate it when they do. Sharing this, it's a way to grow the family, but it's a way to get more and more people involved. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but there are many voices out there. I'm sure they could find one, but be in the fight. That's the important thing. Be in the fight. But and that's what we shall do. We shall continue.
And join the
to fight.
conversation. Join us here on Discord.
Yes. Yeah. Come on Discord. Join the conversation. Pull up a chair. Bring your own margarita, and we'll be fine.
If
Anyway.
you're watching on YouTube, there's that little thing that says, how many people are watching. Turn your videos to live stream. Right under there, it says more. There's a little more button.
Yeah, a little
If
more.
you click on that more button, there's some links.
There's links, you say?
I
There are
dare
indeed.
say that.
There are several links in there,
Hmm.
and we appreciate if you follow them. Anyway,
Yep.
Miss Chick, thank you so much for everything, baby.
You're welcome.
It was a rough day, so you know how me. As soon as I turn this thing on, I'm not quite there until I see your name down there in the. Miss Chick's there. Okay, I can do this. So, thank you for everything you do.
I don't
baby.
mean to make you sweat, but sometimes it's like 10 or 5 minutes before the hour before you get
Well,
everything set
when
up.
I started the Discord, Yeah, you weren't there. I was getting nervous. Then all of a sudden, boop, there you were. Okay, take a breath. And that's the way we play it, baby. Anyway, thank you so much, Miss Chick, for everything you do. Thank our Mark, our greeter in the chat, who always is in there, our Blue Dot greeter, who does a fantastic job of welcoming people into the room. There are people that work behind the scenes in this, and we appreciate all of them. And boy, howdy, because we're gonna do this again on Thursday. Mm-hmm. We are, indeed. So until Thursday, try to put a smile on your face. Get through the best way you can any day. If it requires a margarita or two, do it. But find a way to smile and pass that shit on to somebody else, because it'll make both your life a little bit better and that other person's life a little bit better. It works every damn time. Anyway, I love you all. We'll be here again Thursday night. So until then, take care. Y'all say good night.
Good night.
Good night.